Brian Mix here. Just wanted to take a minute to tell a little story about my Kay guitar, known by me and my friends as Big Red. So, I bought a Chibson recently, and I made a couple of videos about that, and it's really become a conversation piece about what is valuable in a guitar. Very strange times these days where a lot of guitar players, and some that don't actually play, they just collect. There's been this very strange sort of thing where you go back in time and you see people, getting guitars, cheap guitars, all kinds of guitars, and they customize them and they fix them up and they do all sorts of things, and the guitar has no value. And as a matter of fact, the things they did to it probably reduced its value. I mean, you think about the Frankenstrat that Eddie Van Halen had modified heavily. If you didn't know who Eddie Van Halen was, you would think, wow, somebody really messed up that guitar. So, I just want to kind of take a minute to talk about that, because this is a musical instrument. This is something that the player bonds with, becomes one with, plays music with, expresses themselves with. Who cares about its rarity or its, whatever, if it plays and it does what you want and it's personal to you and it's been with you, it's special, it has value to you. This is a Kay. This Kay probably has a street value of less than $300, especially because of the story I'm about to tell you. So, as a teenager, I was kind of a gearhead, dumped all my money in a piece of junk car. And, got into music kind of early, but I had a little Stratocaster, a junker, that I played, and as I got older, I had sort of traded out some different guitars, but never had anything that really sort of spoke to me and kind of became a part of me until this music store in Kennesaw, Georgia, called Vern Kendricks. Vern had pictures on the wall of him playing with Elvis and some other bands. He played the steel guitar. Really cool guy. And I was in there all the time talking with him and working deals with him and buying equipment here and there. And I know he lost money sometimes just trying to help me out. Just such a great, great guy. And it was mostly a pawn shop. People sold stuff, he would resell it, and it was generally well-used and well-loved equipment. And one day, sadly, I went in there and Vern had passed and his business partner had taken over. And it was sort of devastating, honestly, because he felt like kind of he was like my Yoda, and I would always go in there and just sort of lean on him, and he was a great guy. I had just bought an RX-7 off a friend of mine. It was a piece of junk. I thought I was going to put some money into it and fix it up and relive my gearhead days. And I had walked in there one day, and Vern Kendrick's partner was there, and behind the counter, standing out, just screaming at me, was this guitar. Still had plastic on it, brand new. And I asked the fella, and I can't remember his name now, and I apologize, but I said, what's the deal with that thing? Somebody pawned a brand new guitar? And he says, no, after Vern passed, I was thinking back and remembering, and I don't remember the other artist's name, another artist friend of theirs that had passed. And he said, he used to have this exact setup on a Kay, and I custom ordered this one to be just like the one that he had. Is there truth in that? I don't know. But I do know that when I asked to see it, he grabbed it off the mic, or off the guitar stand. I saw the hair on his arm stand up, and it meant something, reminded me that these are special, and they can be special. So I sold that RX-7 so that I could buy this thing. And people made fun of me. Oh, you got a Kay? Why you got a Kay? Kays are crap, But I can tell you, every luthier that has worked on this guitar has said the same thing. My God, that is the nicest Kay I have ever played. And this thing went to a lot of different shows with me and had a lot of fun with it. And, we played hard rock, so these F-holes really made it feed back like crazy, and sometimes we just took advantage of that and made a lot of racket and had a lot of fun. I was invited to play a pool hall one day by some friends. They said, yeah, come on out, you can play some music, just come on out, bring your guitar. So I brought my guitar, a little practice amp, and I showed up and I had forgotten to bring my guitar strap. So somebody tells me, oh, I got a guitar strap back here, and they give me this worn out, terrible looking thing. Looks like Willie Nelson had been on tour for 20 years with it. But I hooked it up and I was playing my thing, and I'd expected to kind of stand in the corner and play, and people would be playing pool and just sort of half ignoring. But no, they came over and they were sort of half circling me, and it was, you know, for a musician, that's a big thing when people get involved and you've got some interaction. And so I started hamming it up, and I had this move I used to do. There's no tremolo, so I would do these crazy bends up here, and you know, the wrong strings. At one point, I was playing, and I did this thing where I let it lean on the strap, and I was letting it ring out with the feedback, and the strap broke. It didn't actually break, it slipped off, but it was enough for this guy to go head first into the floor and break the head clean off. I had to get out of there. I thought that I was going to break down in tears right there in the pool hall, and that just wouldn't look cool. So I packed up and I got out. You could see the pain on some guy's eyes, and I knew all the guitar players were, you could see it. I took it into this guy in town and just said, man, I am a starving artist. Whatever you can do to help me save this thing. He's like, well, do you want it to look good or do you want it to play good? I was like, it's a guitar, make it play. So he went in and put this on, and he couldn't get it to line up exactly like before and still be in line. Something odd had happened during the break. So he patched it up, did not refinish it, didn't do anything for visual. He told me, he says, man, you're getting the basic rate, cheapest fix. So that's what I got. And you know what? I didn't care. My girl was back. And she's been with me all these years. She's watched me go gray. But I love this thing. And that is what makes a guitar valuable. Something that's been around with you and grown up with you, become a part of you, and it's been customized. I've slowly tweaked her out. I didn't do it myself. I didn't trust myself. I always brought her to a luthier and said, please do this, do that. And they've always done me quite well. But this is Big Red. She's one of my children, and she'll be with me until I'm gone, and then my kids will have her. And maybe they'll watch this video and they'll go, aha, that's why I like that thing so much. So for those of you that are always out shopping, looking for the next big name brand rarity item piece that's, you know, you can buy up and it'll be worth X number of dollars down the road and you can sell it off. Think again. You know, if you're a player, make sure you got some guitars that grow up with you, stay with you, have a little bit of your soul in them. And that's your value. Keep playing, y'all. We'll talk to you later.